Trending would like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers a complete networking stack, wired, wireless, and cellular in one integrated solution that's built for performance and scale. You can find them at meter.com/HTT. Android Auto may be Gemini's surprise breakout hit. Geoffrey Hinton says computer science degrees still matter. Microsoft's AI backlash is growing and Satya Nadella is taking the heat. And Gartner urges companies to block AI browsers. But is the real issue more than that? Welcome to Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. Android Auto may be the sleeper hit of Google's entire Gemini rollout. While the big attention is going to Gemini's increased abilities to coding with anti-gravity, with media tools like Nano Banana, deep reasoning apps like Notebook LM, the place where Gemini is winning real fans is the car. Drivers are giving it rave reviews. Why? Android Auto, unlike most of our household devices, holds a conversation without losing track of what you said 2 sentences earlier. It handles the exact tasks that usually pull your attention from the road, messages, reminders, navigation updates, even does small research questions, and it can do them in a single natural exchange. It's also a great conversation when you're trying to work through an idea and driving in the car. It's not just convenient, it's a huge upgrade in safety and utility. And the timing is interesting. Apple's AI reboot has stalled. Apple Intelligence and the new Siri are still months away for most users, and some features may not arrive until well into next year. Meanwhile, Gemini is not only shipping on Android Auto, it's improving quickly. There are rumors of a Gemini app coming to iOS, but even if that happens, can Apple match the deep integrated in-car experience that Google seems to be able to control? It's a surprising comeback for Google Assistants. After years of being dismissed, it suddenly feels like Google has a real advantage, especially with Gemini doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes. And I'll admit something. Even after investing a lot in the Apple ecosystem, I'm looking at Android again in a new way, and Android Auto is one of the reasons. If this momentum keeps up, the first mainstream hit of the AI era may not come from coding or creativity at all. It might come from a simple act of making your drive a little easier. With AI automating everything from coding to data analysis, students and parents are asking a fair question. What should we be studying? Is a computer science degree still worth it? Well, Geoffrey Hinton, often called the godfather of AI and now a Nobel Prize winner, says the answer is yes, but not for the reasons you might think. In an interview with Business Insider, Hinton said, "The real value isn't in learning a particular programming language. It's in learning the fundamentals behind the tools. Some skills that are always going to be valuable, like knowing math, some statistics, and some probability theory, knowing things like linear algebra. That will always be valuable. That's not knowledge that's going to disappear." And he's right. AI may write code, but it still depends on concepts that often come straight out of these disciplines. Hinton's comments come at a time when students and universities are anxious about how much AI will reshape the job market. Intro-level coding jobs are already being automated, and schools are scrambling to redesign their programs. But Hinton argues that if students build a solid foundation, they'll be able to adapt to whatever tools or techniques come next. So the takeaway isn't that computer science is obsolete. It's that the emphasis is shifting. The languages will change, the frameworks will change, but the thinking behind them, the math, the logic, and the ability to understand systems and system thinking, that's what survives every technological wave. We tend to think of Sam Altman as the one under pressure in the current wave, especially as Gemini soaks up all the attention. But the knives are actually coming out from Microsoft, and Satya Nadella is the one taking most of the criticism. Windows Central published a blunt assessment this week. A lot of people simply don't want to buy or use Microsoft's AI features. The reviews describe them as unreliable, underwhelming, and in many cases, not worth the price. And that's part of the problem. Microsoft has even had to raise prices to help pay for its huge AI investment. But the features tied to those increases haven't delivered anything close to the impact you'd expect from that level of spending. In fairness, it's not just AI. Microsoft has long been the company people love to hate. Nadella has even said that the company needs to reinvent itself. But it's so large and so complex that meaningful change is often difficult. Add in years of inconsistent design decisions, criticism of product strategy, and ongoing security failures, and you get a company that might feel stuck between its ambitions and its structure. But what's troubling about the reaction to its AI offerings was AI was supposed to be the reset moment, the chance for Microsoft to show leadership in a new era. Instead, the demand is soft, the reviews are harsh, and Nadella is the one being held accountable. And for a company betting billions on AI, that's not a great place to be. Finally, Gartner, the leading technology advisor, has taken a firm position on AI-powered browsers, publishing a paper titled "Cybersecurity Must Block AI Browsers for Now." In it, 3 of their analysts, Research VP Dennis Yu, Senior Director Analyst Evgeny Mirilyobov, and VP Analyst John Watts, make a clear observation. Default AI browser settings prioritize user experience over security. It's something that security folks have been saying for the past few months. The concern is these tools don't just analyze content. They have agentic features that can act for the user. They can fill out forms, click through workflows, or pull information from active sessions. And once an AI agent can perform steps on your behalf, the risk expands beyond simple data leakage. It becomes possible for a prompt injection, a malicious web page, or even a misunderstanding to push that agent into doing the wrong thing. Gartner lays out familiar but real issues: content being sent to cloud AI services without proper controls, autonomous actions happening without oversight, and enterprise data being mixed with consumer-grade AI models. They argue that, for now, the attack surface is simply too large and too immature for corporate security teams to manage. As loath as I am to disagree with Gartner Group, I think focusing on the browser risks missing a bigger point. The real pressure is not the browser, it's from agentic AI, systems that don't just answer questions, but take actions. They're evolving quickly, much faster than enterprise governance and security frameworks can adapt. And history tells us that banning new tools doesn't work. When people find technology useful, it enters the organization one way or another. A more realistic approach, in our humble opinion, is to give business users safe, sanctioned environments where they can experiment, pair that with training about what data can be shared and what can't, put controls where agentic features are not allowed to operate, and explain them. Because whether companies bless these tools or not, agentic AI is already on its way in the door. And if security teams don't build safe pathways, it'll simply just come in through the back door. And that's our show. Once again, we'd like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers full-stack networking infrastructure, wired, wireless, and cellular to leading enterprises. Working with their partners, Meter designs, deploys, and manages everything required to get performant, reliable, and secure connectivity in a space. They design the hardware, the firmware, build the software, manage deployments, and run support. It's a single, integrated solution that scales from branch offices to warehouses to large campuses and all the way up to data centers. Book a demo at meter.com/HTT. That's meter.com/HTT. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a terrific Tuesday.